G'day everybody. Today is 2:30, approaching it, April 29th. We're going to talk about the fundamentals, direction of crypto, namely difference between technical analysis and fundamental. So let me just show you this. So here we are on this website called newtraderu.com, article headline, technical analysis versus fundamental analysis, just from a high level. From what I've been looking at, fundamental is just basically supply and demand, in things that impact the price of supply and demand on whatever you're trading in the futures options market. And it's just basically, I don't care what people say, it's fundamental supply and demand. And news impacts it, economic news impacts it, there can be some manipulation. So that's fundamental, and then technical is more the indicators and the charts you would use to time the trades. So if you know there's an opportunity brewing in the fundamental on something, on a particular asset, then you use the technical analysis and all the indicators. We've gone through that numerous times, which indicators work, and use the technical analysis for basically timing your positions for the entry and exits. And that's pretty well it. Now, fundamental analysis is forward-looking. Technical analysis is either current or past. Technical, if you're going to use purely technical analysis to trade, you're going to churn money at best. Probably going to lose money. But the fundamental you're going to use a lot of leading indicators, macroeconomic, that will predict pricing. And majority of professional traders will use the fundamental analysis. That's smart money. And then there's a dumb money that only uses technical analysis. Usually you can find those that will swear by their Forex and their MetaTrader and all that. And there are some that do very well, but 95% will lose money in technical analysis. A lot of them don't like it. Oh well, move on. You don't like to hear that. Now, a lot of people will use fundamental and technical analysis, which is fine. So use the fundamentals, a leading indicator, to time your trades, and then you can, as I said, use a technical analysis with timing those market opportunities. And of course, you can automate that. The platform that I love and always will use is Motorwave for that. And let's talk about where I'm going with all of this. So far, if you like what you're hearing and you want to make money, and you want to preserve what you have, you've got to watch this video that I put together. It's using crypto and just holding money in a device, and no one touches it. It's your device. It's a cold storage. All those kind of techniques. You can learn more by watching this video. Just go to quantlabs.net/banking. All right, so let's go back to this article here. Now, I want to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are the top two coins by volume. I don't really get into the dispute of which one's better. It doesn't really matter. Each one's different, and each one's defining their own. One's value store, one's transactional, one is building a whole new potential internet infrastructure off it, which is quite, from my mind, very exciting, blah, blah, blah. So what happens to all the altcoins? A lot of the altcoins will basically drop off. Now, if you're part of my private chat server here at quantlabs.info. If you go under the, it's free, just get registered, and all you got to do is go under newsroom. And in here, what you'll find is the news of the last couple hours. I update this section every few hours. So here you'll find all the news, and all the news now is less crypto, more institutional, more major assets and what they're doing, blah, 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 blah. Programming stuff in there, quant stuff as well. So coming back to that with quant's an important element as well, but it's highly advanced for the math geeks and the programming geeks out there. Part of this newsroom, involves Python and C++. You got to be fairly advanced to pick up on it, and if you really want to know how to trade, there's no automated throw you into a jungle and you don't know what you're doing, you're making money right out of the gate. You got to apply yourself and make set aside a lot of time. Unfortunately, I think with what's coming out in the next few months, it's going to be very, very challenging. Everyone seems to forget about the recession of 92 to 95. That was probably the worst recession for a lot of people, even though people go on about 2008. Back then, you couldn't even get a job. It was so bad for a lot of people. But 2008 was nothing compared to 92 to 95. And I believe we're going to hit that, but worse. Anyways, so this is one of the reasons why I created this and did this topic, quantlabs.net/banking forum. If you want to know how to preserve what you have, truly, even crypto's just dying off. Okay, but coming back to the quant, you have to be fairly advanced to do that. I'm going to be testing some content on my newer domain, quant-labs.net, just to see the response organically. And if there's a good response, I'll continue focusing more on that, which kind of appears to be the case. A lot of it will come out what's posted here. And that's that. Okay, now let's talk about crypto. Right now with crypto, what's going on in crypto is Bitcoin and Ethereum. When you look at, let me just go to Finance Yahoo. Okay, here we can get a very high level view of what is making money. When I was a kid, we learned always that the markets, the U.S. markets, the major indices, always went against gold, silver. Okay, so when you look at how deep right now these losses are, I mean, look, Nasdaq's down nearly 3%. Okay, this is because of the Fed raising interest. That's basic economics 101. Gold is up, so it's kind of working, but usually you will not find this usually happening because of people like gold. Gold is tied into the performance of the markets, but unless there's extreme events like today, gold will go up. Okay, and then you get silver. That should be going up as well, but not the case. And then we have the bonds. They're going up as they should. But what I will tell you is because of the debt of the U.S. government, I keep bringing this up. I don't care what people say, what people do. I mean, this is reality, okay? And if you don't know anything about economics 101, okay, no matter what you read, no matter what you hear, let me just Google it. No matter what you hear, no matter what you read in the news, okay, no matter what you read or hear, this is not going away. Okay, this is why we hear about the Great Reset and all that stuff. So when you're dealing with this national debt, and then you only have 125 million taxpayers in a country with a population of 332, that's roughly 1/3 of the population paying tax to cover the other 200 million people. That is not feasible. And what is even worse is when you get the average salaries is $31,000 or $35,000. Okay, inflation kicks in, and that's not keeping up with the inflation that households have got to pay out just to quote unquote live. But this continues to climb, and I could get into this politically. I'm not, because I'll get censored thanks to you know who. So that's what's going on right now, and the foreign currencies are doing fairly well. I just put up a trading basket that's going to perform 300% over the last year. So there are opportunities out there. So coming back to Yahoo Finance, this is what the important element is. Okay, we've got dying markets. Okay, it's been very flat for the last, let's say, 4 months. All this year in 2022. We have look what's going on with the crypto market. It's down -4, -2.8 on the alts. Okay, on the alternatives. So this used to be the true hedge. It's not performing the way it used to be. So now all the altcoins, there might be the odd winner, but the volatility is so random and so hard to predict in the world of crypto. So that's why a lot of people are losing money and getting out of crypto. So this is what's going on. So we gotta look at what to do and how to adjust. Okay, that's what part of trading is. So we can put our big boy pants on and know how to get smart and not be one of these frat boys that complain about the easy money, like in Robinhood and Doge and I'm a millionaire. Right now, what I would recommend for people is to kind of more focus on the CME, what the CME is doing. The CME is now having the Bitcoin. Well, let me just show you. It's probably better. So if you go to bar chart, everything's revolved around what goes on in the futures market. Okay, so this is important to know. So if you go to bar charts, a very good source for this. It's free. I've checked on the pricing of it. It's like Bloomberg level per month. But here's the main thing is we're looking at everything in the U.S. economy. Okay, so this is mostly on some kind of future. Okay, so let's pull up the full list. Okay, hopefully that'll work. So we're going to get the full list of all the futures and options out there. It includes the stock market. But you'll see how tiny the market is. So let me go back here to the top. So these are the top top instruments. So we have here the volumes by U.S. market, and then we get into gold, silver's up there, and then the agricultural stuff. Okay, so even if you were to look at, let's say, volume right here, 14,476, and then you get into the financials to compare the Bitcoins and the Ethereums of the world under, I think, currencies it might be under. Yeah, right here. So you can see what the large volumes are right now. Okay, let me just pull this up. So you can see right here we have Ethereum and Bitcoin Micro. These are the future micros. Okay, so we have an either micro again. So you can see here globally now, Ether and Bitcoin are now considered a currency. So the question becomes, why would you want to trade in a retail retail crypto exchange with all the alternatives and the challenges you face when you have here is regulated, you're protected, and dare any broker out there that's connected to the CME will be booted out, and believe me, they won't do it. They're heavily regulated, so you're somewhat protected. So now you can start trading all the currencies out there, plus you can now trade in the same view Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the nice thing. And over time, they will add in some of the other altcoins. So right now, you can see Ether and Bitcoin, bigger now than South Africa, bigger than Canadian, okay, bigger than the Japanese. Is this sorted by volume? Yeah, it is. So you can see here how much bigger crypto's getting in the mainstream institutional world. Okay, when you start looking at the large retail exchanges for crypto, Binance, Coinbase, I believe they are basically like now retail forex brokers where they scam you. And Kraken's not bad, but really good actually. But their volume is dropping. So if you want to trade currencies with Bitcoin and Ethereum mixed in there, this is what you do. You focus on the futures and options market with all the other major assets that you can get with bar chart, and you can get with all the other major futures market on the CME or equivalent US futures exchange. So that means what you do is you cash out of your crypto retail exchange and move it into a good broker like Interactive Brokers. Okay, there might be better futures brokers out there, but they're futures only. So you only have really two options as a U.S. citizen. You either go into interactive brokers, and people complain about interactive brokers for futures because it's more expensive, or you can go into another broker, and I've got nothing to do with them, called Cannon. So if you're like me, wanting to use MotoWave as a trading platform, your only option, as in terms of technical connection with MotoWave, to trade both futures and options, is on an exchange like Cannon. Okay, so that's the only option you have. But for now, this is the direction I'm going in. And coming back to the crypto exchanges, the crypto retail exchanges, Binance, Coinbase. Now, the big news that I'm seeing on my chat server here, quantlabs.info, you can go to, just go to the newsroom. You'll see a lot of countries, like I just read Belgium today, they're forcing all the exchanges to register in that jurisdiction. And I think Ontario, Canada was a leader in that. If they don't do it, they're moved out of that jurisdiction. At the beginning, I didn't like this move because it takes away choice. But a lot of countries are now doing it. Belgium just did it. I'm sure a lot of emerging markets are doing it. UK is going to do it as well. And if you're not registered, you're out. And the question is, why aren't these big exchanges not getting registered? And the reason is because they could be scamming operation. You know, like a forex bucket shop. And yeah, that's basically the direction we're going in. So again, if you want to know more, watch this video, How to Preserve Wealth, quantlabs.net/banking. Okay, and hopefully this video helps you out. We're moving into a very challenging time, and yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.